just to see Senate Democrats even consider acquiescing to Elon Musk, I think it is a huge slap in the face.
I've never seen this level of volcanic anger at a Democrat ever.
This guy listens to the people. I mean, it seems like I'm fluffing Trump here, but like, I would say that his greatest skill is listening to what people say.
Republicans are staying sober. Democrats are drunk on hate, and they're infighting. Welcome to the Doug Tenapel channel. Thanks for watching. I got some clips to make my case on, because as these parties go, so goes America. It's like giving us a blood test. Here's AOC. Now, she is upset. This is the division on the left between her and Schumer. When Schumer passed the CR, and she feels like there's a lot of Democrat pushback right now, like never before. Good division. Good for us on the right.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal. There are members of Congress who have won Trump-held districts in some of the most difficult territory in the United States, who walked the plank and took innumerable risks in order to defend the American people, in order to defend Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare, just to see Senate Democrats even consider acquiescing to Elon Musk, I think it is a huge slap in the face. We cannot afford to be in an every person for themselves kind of moment. We need to work together and as a team in order to usher our country through this very dark time.
Oh, yeah, just keep attacking the Democrats. That's all I care about. So she represents the more radical side of the left. And then Chuck Schumer is the more transactional, what a Democrat would call a dino, a Democrat in name only. So they have their own people that they call sellouts. I love Chuck Schumer to sell out and agree with Trump. Keep voting for Trump. Good. Now here's Van Jones on that same issue of Democrats are furious. The radical left are furious at Chuck Schumer.
Then how angry are Democrats at Leader Schumer?
I've never seen this level of volcanic anger at a Democrat ever. Ever.
Wow.
We could be grumpy. We can be frustrated with each other. There is a volcanic eruption of outrage at Leader Schumer.
Wow, Schumer better up his security, because these are the violent Democrats. You know how violent they are. They up the rhetoric. They make threats. They draw swastikas on Elon Musk's cars. They protest. They specifically dox and put out your home address, and they end up outside of your house, sometimes with duct tape and razor blades. So Schumer, be careful. Not of the right. The right will protect you. The left, be afraid of the left. They're lunatics.
Because we want a Mitch McConnell. I remember when Obama had all the cards. Mitch McConnell drove Obama nuts, twisted his pinky, broke his kneecaps, and got stuff done for Republicans when they shouldn't have gotten an inch. They got miles. We have a Senate a majority leader who is beloved in this party, but we want somebody who's going to stand up to this bully. Stand up to this bully. Do something. And if you shut the government down and it gets a little bit crazy, at least some politics is about the rationality. There's an emotional need to stop Donald Trump and Elon Musk from running over this party. And I think Chuck Schumer has radically misread the room.
Radically misread the room.
Radically misread the radicals. I love when the Democrats there's not a good solution for them. So they pass the CR and they're angry at Chuck Schumer for selling out and helping the Republicans. But if they don't pass the CR, then they shut down the government and they have to take responsible for it. I love when they're in a lose-lose situation. This is what happens when you lose majorities, guys. This is why it actually is important. Even to put Republican rhinos in office is better than the Democrats. And having Thomas Massie, who's a hardcore conservative against Trump, it is important to have major majorities. Now, we're going to get back to the Democrats being radical, but this one is, I don't know if some of you guys saw this, it's now very famous, but this reporter bumped Trump's mouth. This is a female reporter, because apparently they can't drive even their microphones. But just picture if this microphone was tipped with racine, R-A-C-I-N poison. Imagine what would happen. Trump would be instantly dead. So this is about a security risk. These reporters, I don't trust Democrat reporters at all. Maybe it's a dry run for all we know. Watch this.
Mr. President, obviously you're concerned.
I love the response. His eyebrows just go up. He was furious.
About the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hospitals back?
She just became a big story tonight, right? Yes, sir. Did you see that?
She just became a big story tonight. I mean, the national security stuff aside, I think it's very funny that he got booped with a microphone. Okay, that was harmless, but you know, it could have been dangerous is the bigger thing. Now, here's some truth telling, and I really like this is Senator Mullins. Okay, now we like him, but he's advocating for a good Republican strategy. This goes into us being sober. We're going to have to pass some Doge stuff into law. It can't just keep being floated out there. So eventually, our Congress is going to have to do their job and put some of these reforms into law, or they will go away in 2 years, guys.
Plan moving forward, is it reconciliation? Is it budget? What we're calling is just the Doge Act. That's the best thing to just describe what's happening here. The one big, beautiful Doge Act, making sure we put America first, making sure we put the economy first. We make the cuts that we need to make. And I think we can do one big, beautiful, as the president now says, glamorous bill. The issue that we have is the House version doesn't make Trump's tax policies permanent. They extend it for 8 years. We want to make them permanent because this, you know, as a business owner myself, and as any other business out there will tell you, we need certainty in the taxes moving forward. We make 10-year and 20-year plans, not 4-year and 8-year plans. And so having certainty in taxes when we want to bring manufacturing back to the United States is vitally important. They need to know what their taxes are going to be today, plus 10 years from now, to have that accurate investment. And so that's the biggest difference between the bills right now, Jason. And
no one's going to build a company here, right? Manufacturing here. It'll take them 2 years to build the building and get it running. No one's going to build it if they think the tax code could end in 4 years and go back to Democrats destroying business. So a business can't afford to do it. So they need something permanent, longer than 4 years, enshrine it into law, which could be forever, but certainly it would likely be longer than 4 years unless they could reverse it in law. So what he's saying makes sense. So this is going to be the CR passes, right? The continued resolution. All that did was agree to the Biden level of spending for another 6 months through September. In September, they have to pass an actual budget and a bill. A CR is not a long-term budget. It's a temporary one just to keep the government open. So in September, they're going to have to pass a bill that's going to have to be hopefully enshrine Trump's tax cuts permanently into law. That's going to be a tough one to pull off. And they're going to have to get all the votes in by September. That's the next big battle on the budget. And now here's on the Democrats versus Republicans on who's got the story right. Now, this guy at least was a Democrat. These are Democrats talking to each other about what Trump got right. And this guy, I don't know his name, but he's a comedian, very good, and ended up being pro-Trump, and interviewing these guys ended up being very positive for Trump. Listen to the sense that this is wisdom that this guy has. Listen to this.
And I got to see where America is. I think that the big misunderstanding with this last election is that at least the Democrats who are still trying to vilify these figures on the right, what they don't understand is they think that this was some populist election where people just fell in love with Trump and they just loved it for so much they would just do whatever he says. What I think is harder for them to grapple with is the self-reflection of a rejectionist vote. So I think people rejected the Democratic proposal
100%,
and they went with what the other alternative was, which was Trump. And
exactly correct.
That's a way tougher pill to swallow. You have to look back at everything you've done and go, wow, we're off. We're not listening to the people. This guy listens to the people. I mean, it seems like I'm fluffing Trump here, but I would say that his greatest skill is listening to what people say. And I think a lot of times there's this Ivy League pretentiousness in the Democratic Party where it's we know what's better for you.
Yeah.
And I know you say you want these things. You don't really want that. Let us, we've studied and we've talked about it in our little thought experiments in class. So we know what you need. You just shut up and we'll take it.
It's condescending.
And exactly. So I think that when people go, the food is giving me cancer, and then he appoints the guy who says the food is bad to run the food, the American people go, well, that kind of seems like a good thing. I like that. Yeah. And I got to see where America is. This
is brilliant. I love when Democrats come around and agree with what we've been saying for a while. They're waking up. Now, these guys will never be allowed to run the Democrat Party. They'll never be able to decide policy because the Democrats are not going to listen to these guys because they're trying to get the Democrat Party to give up on their occultish religion of changing children's genders, of opening up the southern border, of their weird global climate change cult. So these guys are the sensible ones. What's going to happen is they're going to end up leaving the Democrat Party. They are more and more of these people, I believe, are going to come over to the Republican side. That's my theory on it. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching the Doug TenNapel channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. That's how you say that you like us.